Subscribe, give us a link and tell us which teams you think will come out on top in this year's Champions League draw. While you are making your selections, we will get the draw underway. Let's put on a show and get this thing going. It is very evident that it is a major letdown that Barcelona did not carry through with what they had planned to do this summer. It was for the purpose of being able to offer the final push and contend for the title of Champions League. Henrik Larsson believes. Ikari has sacked Wanda Nara, not to be paid the €1 million she was expecting for the transfer to Galatasaray, and has been fired from her job as an agent. I will not leave Juventus in January. I'm happy at this great club, Angel Di Maria wrote. Unfortunately, Barcelona was not able to meet the demands of the Champions League. There are still many beautiful things to fight for, Jill Kandaya wrote on Instagram. There will soon be an update available for the PUBG mobile that is connected to the football player Lionel Messi. Twitter was the venue for the developer's announcement of the news. A supporter of Espanyol, who used racist language towards Williams, faces up to 2 years in prison, a fine of €5,475 and a 5-year ban from the stadium. Arsenal suffered their first defeat in 10 games with this result, enduring their second loss in the 16 games they've played so far this season. Ronaldo is displeased because he wants to continue playing. He led Man United in scoring, and the upcoming World Cup could be his last opportunity to shine. On the same day, a quote about hard grip appeared in a Football Daily. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 will see the addition of Neymar and Pogba as playable operators. I think Valverde will be a world-class player for Madrid for at least the next 10 years if he continues like this. I don't see any limits, Toni Kroos believes. I have no idea what Antony is up to right now. It's completely absurd. Even though it's just for show, that's the way he plays the game. I've seen him do that at Ajax as well. My opinion is that he should have that knocked out of him. Paul Scholes told BD Sport. Man City United have gone 7 matches without suffering a defeat, with a record of 5 victories and 2 draws. Over the past 8 years, this is the 4th time that Manchester United has advanced to the knockout stages of the Europa League. You can also see that Freiburg, Royal Betis and Renzo came out on top in their respective Europoli quartets, while Manchester United, PSV and Union were able to secure their spots in the subsequent round. It was so exciting to see Ronaldo get the goal. In order for him to move past that point, he needs a goal, and I'm convinced that he will get more goals, Ten Hag said. Manchester United's scouting service is looking for individuals who could be interested in applying for the post of goalkeeper. Already the English side has 2 keepers, and they have a relatively modest list of representatives. Both Diego Costa and Indiana Simmons are competitors in their respective sports. Goal has Manchester City pegged as the team most likely to take home the trophy for the 2022-2023 Champions League. The second and third place teams are Bayern and Real Madrid respectively. The failure of Barcelona to advance to the quarter-finals of the Champions League resulted in a loss of €20 million. According to the announcement made by the Catalan side, Factory is in its budget. The only English team to presently hold the most points in European competitions is West Ham United. This honour goes to West Ham United. In the event that Juventus is unable to advance to the playoffs in the Europa League, Allegri will be relieved of his duties. Leonardo Bonucci is committed to playing out the final season of his current deal with Juventus, which extends through the summer of 2024. The earlier position of the match was taken over by FC Schalke 04 from Thomas Rees. Rees oversaw Baum, who served as the head coach and was accountable for a variety of squads within the club's hierarchy. Carla Nicolini, director of sporting, said that the club has a higher value than Motoric than they do on Manchester United's Antony, for whom the club paid €100 million. According to reports, Bayern Munich approached Kai Howard about the possibility of signing with the club. The Bavarians made touch with the footballer's representation during the summer of 2017, but Chelsea gave a resounding no in response. The player is 23 years old. Only for the second time in Simeone's tenure as manager of Atletico Madrid did the club not advance to the knockout stages of the Champions League. I want to express my gratitude for everything we've accomplished together in the Champions League so far. It is appropriate for me to extend my congratulations to my players, claimed Luciano Spalletti. Alisson has now logged more than 300 appearances for Liverpool. We have successfully advanced to the knockout stages, and I will never take that achievement for granted, Jurgen Klopp said. Yesterday, we watched some of the action from both the Europa League and the Conference League. You are now looking at all of the most recent results. To begin with, we listened to the chimes of Manchester United. The Red Devils prevailed over Sheriff with goals from Dalot, Rashford and Ronaldo contributing to the victory. In the meantime, Roma came away victorious from their away duo 1-2 match against HJK. PSV beat Arsenal 2-0. Royal Betis outperformed Ludogorets, as evidenced by the fact that Joey Bierman and Luc de Jong each scored an accurate strike. After making the game-winning shot, Nabil Fekir was hailed as the victor of the match. Lazio earned 3 points by virtue of their 2-1 victory over Michelin. The distinction was made very evident by Milinkovic-Savic and Pedro. Let's take a look at some more current hot subjects, shall we? According to Alfredo Martinez, Ansu Fati's super agents have sent a stern warning to Barcelona that the forward may quit the club in the summer of 2023 if they continue to bench him. The threat was made by Ansu Fati. Because Xavi likes to use Fati as more of a substitute, he has only started 3 of the 16 games that Fati has participated in thus far this season. There are several clips that would leap at the chance to sign Fati in 2023 if they were given the chance. The Espanyard is without a doubt one of the best 5 players of his generation over the past 5 years. Ace and Fati are both owned by Barcelona due to the fact that the player's contract expires in 2027 and has a release clause that is worth €1 billion. Xavi's employment at Barcelona is safe for the foreseeable future. This was revealed by club journalist Victor Navarro, who cited anonymous sources within the board of directors of the Catalan website in support of his claims. It is generally accepted that Xavi cannot be harmed due to the fact that he was a high performer, and because of the Barca project, he is developing his managerial skills. It is important that we bring to your attention the fact that Barcelona was knocked out of the Champions League competition earlier this season. As a result, Barcelona is currently competing in the knockout stage of the Europa League for the 2nd consecutive season under Xavi's direction. According to reliable reports by Marca, PSG has become the first club to make an offer for Palmetto's wonder kid, Endrick. This information comes from Marca. The winning bid is €20 million, which is less than the €30 to €40 million the Palmeiras has estimated the fort is worth. Real Madrid still has a chance to land the 16-year-old player if they are able to outbid Paris Saint-Germain with a more lucrative offer following their observation of the player's upcoming matches. The Brazilian player, Endrick, will be unable to relocate to Europe until he reaches 18 in 2024, regardless of which team eventually signs him. As a result of their early elimination from the Champions League, Barcelona is likely to offload anywhere from 1 to 3 of their 7 newly acquired players. Frank Kessie, Hector Bellerin, and Marcos Alonso are the 3 players whose statuses are an issue here. The future of Lionel Messi is still uncertain, as his current deal with Paris Saint-Germain will expire in the summer of 2019. Even though Leo is opposed to the proposed transaction, the Parisians would want to make an offer to the Argentinian to continue the agreement for another year. Laporta has a plan to entice Lionel back to the team by constructing a statue of the legend outside the camp right now. This concept was inspired by Barcelona's success in luring Messi. Folks, please watch the videos that have been recommended based on our prior videos. I hope you have a good time, and I'll see you in a little while.